As we can see, a lot of the old and or older foundations or buildings or churches or whatever you call them have been shaken back to the dust. Let's go to work. This one is called Fictitious Thrones, from Cornerstones to Quicksand. The newer foundations are quickly rising, yet being built on quicksand. The older foundations are quickly being ground back to stone. They lost a fighting edge, which was the corner. Let that sink in. Somebody will catch it. But the old can no longer sustain themselves. The old began to change their messaging and the messages, and they became greedy just to keep up with what they thought was new. Sadly, this process is and has taken place throughout life and forever will be. Oftentimes because we think we're missing something, and we're missing absolutely nothing at all. But again, back to the old. The old began preying on the ignorance of the people. And sadly, it's justified about the ignorance of people. And those who justify it use the word to justify preying, preying, on them because of it. But there's a lot of steps and there's a lot of literature that's written in there that specifically address things that would take place yesterday, today, and forever. And I will paraphrase one from Jeremiah 23:1. It says, and again, I'm paraphrasing. You can fill in the blanks if you decide to go read it. It says, I have not sent for them, yet they ran. Nor have I spoken, yet they go speak. For my presence, yet in my absence. It followed up with another heavy hitter by saying, but if they being whomever, would have stayed in my counsel, that means stayed until they were released to do the work that they say they were called to do, they would have gotten further instructions. And those further instructions would have guided them to another scripture, another parable, leading them down to another path. And it says that they would have considered the little foxes. The little foxes are the children. The little foxes are the little followers. The little foxes are those of whom look up to and or want to be like. But they don't realize that most of the little foxes that wanted to be like them are the ones that destroy the vine. And look at the new destroyers, or the new destructive ones we have now. Again, their foundations are rising quickly, but it's being built on quicksand. The quick risers built on quicksand, causing the new to quickly fall. the old cornerstones, perhaps. They can't openly address the real issues. And the reason they cannot address the real issues is because they themselves have played with and in the presence of the little foxes. If you know, you know. And the new little foxes don't give a damn because of the hidden relationships between the old and the new. It's the same yet different, and it's different yet the same. But food for thought, the old was once a little fox. I was reminded a long time ago by a brother. He said, man, Conquer, why are you playing with him? Why are you holding back? I'm really not holding back, and I'm not choking the word. I am giving the word to those who think they understand the word and they say they know the word. And this is not for everybody. The old cornerstones know what I'm talking about. But if we don't stop long enough to pay attention, everybody's chasing a fictitious throne. Social media has become one of them. All social media outlets has become fictitious throne. The old ones are the ones that were supposed to be the old landmarks that should not have been moved, or never, that they should have never been moved. However, there's nothing that you can do about it now. But you know who suffers the most? The real ones. And the children. The children now have no place to turn. Episode 2 probably hit a little bit harder. From cornerstones to quicksand. Look how quickly we have fallen. Fictitious thrones. Episode 2 to follow.